Recent data shows a rapid increase in cases of psychogenic erectile dysfunction among men under 40. When cross-referenced with behavioral histories, a specific correlation emerges. High-frequency masturbation in young men is now heavily linked to clinical anxiety and depression. Yet for older men, the medical advice is different. In 1992, researchers began the Harvard Health Professionals Follow-Up Study, a massive longitudinal project that tracked the habits and health outcomes of nearly 30,000 men over several decades. This chart shows one of their most significant findings. Men who ejaculated 21 or more times a month reduced their risk of prostate cancer by 33% compared to those who reported only 4 to 7 monthly ejaculations. How is it possible for the exact same physiological act to function as a source of psychological distress in a man's 20s, but a life-saving preventative in his 60s? The danger is not found in the biological mechanism itself. It is found in how modern behavioral habits have weaponized our neurobiology, yielding vastly different outcomes depending on our stage of life. In young men, masturbation is often tied to high-speed digital novelty. This constant exposure to artificial stimulation hijacks the brain's dopamine pathways, leading to a state of rapid desensitization. This forces the autonomic nervous system out of balance. Instead of a relaxed state, it triggers the sympathetic nervous system, the same fight-or-flight response the body uses to handle immediate physical threats. Under this chronic stress, blood vessels constrict. The body effectively unlearns real-world intimacy, and the erectile tissue begins to wither from a lack of organic blood flow and oxygen. This creates the masturbation anxiety ED cycle. Young men use compulsive self-stimulation as a maladaptive way to cope with stress, which only serves to accelerate their physical dysfunction. By stripping the act of its natural pacing, the young demographic has transformed a biological function into a loop of anxiety that actively destroys physical performance. In the aging body, the mechanics change. To explain why the Harvard data shows such a strong protective effect, we have to look at the prostate stagnation hypothesis. Anatomically, the prostate is a reservoir. It produces the fluid that carries sperm and various metabolic substances, which pool within the gland until they are expelled. Without regular clearance, these metabolic byproducts and potentially carcinogenic substances stagnate. They remain in contact with the prostate lining for extended periods, increasing the tissue's susceptibility to tumors. Frequent ejaculation acts as a mechanical, biological cleanse. It physically expels these stagnant toxins and helps regulate the division of prostate epithelial cells. This clearance mechanism also modulates the androgen receptor complex, helping the gland's growth hormones maintain a state of stable homeostasis. For aging men, regular ejaculation functions as a mechanical maintenance protocol that flushes cancer-causing agents from their system. Beyond the mechanical benefits, there is a psychological factor at play: skin hunger. This is a state of touch deprivation, common in older populations due to social isolation or the loss of a spouse. A chronic lack of physical contact spikes cortisol levels. Over time, this elevated stress hormone weakens immune function and is linked to accelerated cognitive decline. Mindful self-touch and orgasm provide an immediate countermeasure by triggering a neurochemical surge of oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. This cascade pulls the aging body out of a chronic stress state and back into a parasympathetic healing state, making regular physical contact a key tool for maintaining neurochemical balance. Many older men carry the screen-addicted, high-speed habits of their youth into their senior years, which can have counterproductive effects. Treating sex as a search for digital novelty ignores the body's changing anatomy. Overriding longer refractory periods or shifting tissue elasticity through artificial stimulation can ultimately accelerate physical atrophy. The blueprint for vitality involves stepping away from artificial stimuli. By embracing regular, mindful biological clearance, using natural physiological peaks, like morning testosterone, men can align their nervous system with its baseline rhythms. Male sexual health is a dynamic prescription. By mastering the frequency and the delivery method, men can transform a habit that generates youthful anxiety into a biological tool for prostate health and stress regulation.